What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Passive Tree Podcast, a podcast dedicated to talking about life, Path of Exile 2, and everything in between. Tonight on episode 18, we are joined by a fellow PoE 2 creator and streamer. It's none other than Loopy. Welcome on, and how the heck are you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic, brother. How are you?
Dude, I'm doing good. I haven't degened this hard on a video game in a while. Like, I've been going extremely hard.
I feel that. I feel that.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's been super enjoyable, especially because like the game right now, and we're gonna talk about the game a lot, but just off the cuff, like it feels so good. Like it feels incredible to play. And every time I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Just one more map, and then I look down, and it's like 4 a.m. I'm like, fuck. Okay, again.
Yeah, I feel that 100%, bro. Like, especially for me, like I took last league. Like the first league I played like 1,000 hours, and then last league I only played like 200 hours, and so I feel like fully refreshed for this league, and like just all the changes have been so amazing, and the games felt so good. I know we'll probably get into this, but like I know some people have not really loved Abyss, but ever since I got my character like up and running, dude, I have loved Abyss so much. Oh my gosh, like I'm having a lot of fun. I see myself going the distance this league.
I'm having so much fun that I'm honestly contemplating trying to hit level 100. Like last season, I got to like 96 and a half. And I do think that they also like adjusted the like XP curve, I think a little bit. I'm not sure. Someone mentioned that. And so that combined with like, it's actually just like, there's a bit more to do, especially with like the crafting of like the crazy like GG items now that you can do. Like, it's going to sort of like inspire me to, I think, go the distance. Yeah, how are you feeling? Like, do you think you're going to be playing like up to 100 on your character as well, or?
I mean, I'm getting ready to start. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, there's always a possibility we'll just see how it goes. I think the curve change they did, I think it's supposed to be easier to get to like 95, and then it gets pretty similar after 95.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready to start doing my I did a bunch of like currency farming strategy stuff in 0-1, and I'm getting ready to start doing that again. And that's like I do like, somewhere between 100 to 150 maps for each video. So those are like a pretty big grind to get through. And I'm actually just like so excited to get started on those.
Hell yeah. That's sick. And then you're going to have so much currency to either make a new character or ball out on the trade side or on trade to get crazy upgrades too. So before we get more into the game, I'd love to just sort of get a bit of lore about you as something that I like to do on the podcast. So yeah, maybe just start off with like, when did you start gaming, bro? What was your first like foray into gaming?
Oh, bro, like forever. Like I've always been a gamer. I know I'm not the only one who's done this, but like growing up, I always kept it a secret because I also played sports.
Okay.
So like no one knew I was a gamer. But I was like one of the most like my best friends were also hardcore gamers that played sports, and like it was just a total top secret. But like I've played games for freaking forever, dude. My like big entrance into gaming was probably OSRS, like in elementary school. Like that was like what just had me hooked for life. Basically, I can remember being like in the library with my buddies. We're all like little kids, right? And we're just got like the OSRS map out. We're just like planning our day later. Yeah, dude. Forever.
So why do you think that you felt like you had to hide gaming from like your friends?
I mean, you're like a little kid in school, right? Everyone judges you for everything. I don't know. And plus I was like a pretty well-known athlete in my school, I'd say too. So like, I don't know, just wasn't the cool thing to be doing, I guess, back then. I don't know. Also, this was like in the 90s, right? So a little different, I guess, back then maybe than it is now. I don't know. But yeah.
Definitely. I feel like there was definitely more of like a stigma. And I think like that was actually like it was actually pretty intense. Like even listening to like Try's dad talk on his like podcast about gaming and how he was gaming in like the 80s and like late 70s or whatever. and how he was like in the military and he was a gamer, and like I'm sure that that stigma like existed on a much higher level like back then as well. I also
Yeah.
grew up in the 90s too, and I played RuneScape. And yeah, that was like one of my first like ever times like really playing like online, like online video games.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was such a game changer because like you could play anywhere, bro. Like anywhere that had
Yeah.
a web browser, you were logging into RuneScape. And I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but like I swear to God, bro, like more than half of my elementary school class at the time, I was probably in like grade six or grade seven, had RuneScape and was playing RuneScape like actively. Like I'd go home from school and
Yeah.
play, and like we would see each other at like Lumbridge or whatever. It's like insane,
hmm
dude.
Yeah.
Oh
Back
man.
then, there was a lot of people. I guess, like honestly, like with RuneScape, it wasn't too much of a secret. But
Mhm.
like when I was more in like middle school and high school, I definitely my most played game genre of all time is MMOs. And so like, middle school, high school was more of the World of Warcraft era. And that was definitely on the DL. That was on the DL. But like, yeah, RuneScape, so many people played it in like, I mean, we're talking elementary school back, and yeah, we were all kids. No one probably cared in elementary school, but definitely in middle school, high school, it was getting a little bit crazier.
Yeah, there was also like a weird stigma about World of Warcraft too. And
Yeah,
it sucks
yeah,
because that game was so good.
yeah.
It was so fun. Like I also played WoW back in high school, and I hit 60 the day that Burning Crusade came out, so I didn't ever end up doing like the vanilla end game content, but
Mm.
I played like Burning Crusade up to like Wrath of Lich King, and yeah, it was like incredible, man. Loved it.
Yeah, it was a great time. Great time. It was like me and like two of my literally like my closest friends, and then that was it.
At least you had them, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So were there any other like really impactful games that you like would say like you look back on like very fondly from your childhood?
Hmm. No, I mean, like RuneScape was what really got me into gaming. I mean, I grew up, I played Guild Wars 1, then Guild Wars 2, but we're getting more into like high school time now. I guess, I mean, that was my childhood, I guess, right? Uh, yeah, Guild Wars 2 was massive for me, honestly. I mean, that's actually where my name comes from as well. Guild Wars 2 was like the first game that I probably sunk like I don't even know how many thousands of hours into Guild Wars 2, like just an absurd amount of time into that game. And man, I would still play it today if I had people to play with, honestly. That game is just they cooked with Guild Wars 2.
I never tried it. I really liked Guild Wars 1. That was like another game that I played when I was in elementary school.
hmm
And I think that I'm not sure exactly when Guild Wars 2 came out, but I think I was pretty obsessed with World of Warcraft, and I think that might have like
Mm,
overshadowed like my experience with Guild Wars 2, and I never ended up trying it. But yeah, it
yeah.
sounds like for the most part you were basically just like an MMO guy, like pretty hardcore like
Oh
throughout your
yeah.
yeah.
I couldn't I think I've played every other than like super Eastern MMOs. I've mostly stuck to like the westernized genre of MMOs, but like I
Mhm.
couldn't. I think I've played all of them,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
quite a bit. Another big one I played a lot of was, and this is actually where I met a lot of my like long-term gaming friends that I
Nice.
still hang out with and talk to a lot to this day. Is Albion Online. I don't
Oh,
know if
I
you're
heard it's
familiar with
really
that
good.
one.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I don't. I played it in like the like before it like fully launched. I played it in like all the beta versions, and oh my, I mean, it's like a full loot PvP open world sandbox game. Oh, dude. I mean, we could go on it forever about Albion, but yeah.
Yeah, that was one that kind of slid under my radar as well. But I've seen a lot of video coverage on it. Like I watch a bunch of YouTube like MMO content, like Lazy Peon and stuff like that. He always
hmm
kind of keeps me up to date with like what's happening in the MMO world or MMO world and stuff like that. But yeah, I think like in terms of player base, like Albion Online is still like a top 10 like MMO. Like it's very,
Yeah.
very popular still. What do you think,
Yeah.
as a side note, like what do you think about like the kind of the state of MMOs like right now in like 2025?
Oh man, I mean, there hasn't been a new one that's like done. Like the newest one that's done well is probably New World, and they've even had some pretty big problems, but at least their population is decent right now. It's like a very playable game, right? But like all the other ones that are like top tier MMOs are all probably about a decade old at the minimum. So I think it's really hard to convince a company that makes games to make an MMO, right? Because they just take an absurd amount of time and money to make, and it's like not probably it's like an extreme risk, right? Because like if it's comes out, like a good example would be Crowfall. I played Crowfall. That game was millions of dollars to make, completely flopped and folded, and it's just dead. I don't even know if the servers are still up, right? It's like, man, it's a big risk to make them. So there's still some great MMOs to play. It's just like for someone like me, I've played all of them for so long already. I want something new, and there's probably a lot of people in that boat, and there's nothing out there. So
Dude, I hear you. Like, if someone told me when I was in grade 6 that in the year 2025, the most popular MMOs would be the ones that you're about to play, like in the next few years still, I'd be like, what, dude? Like, there's not going to be any
yeah,
new ones? Like, there was that whole like migration from like all these World of Warcraft streamers moving over to RuneScape and like playing
uh-huh,
RuneScape for the first time. And I was
yeah.
like, dude, I did not like I did not have like the RuneScape OSRS glow up on my 2025 bingo card. You know
No,
what I mean?
me neither.
But it's a
That was
goaded game.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even almost downloaded it in between leagues. I was like, I'm looking for something to get me to 0.3. Maybe it's OSRS,
Mhm.
and I didn't, but
Yeah.
I was close.
Yeah, I actually played before like Path of Exile 2 came out. I played like hardcore, like a classic WoW, and that was a really good time as well. It was
Oh
sick
yeah,
to just go
yeah.
back through it and play it all again with that like looming fear of just getting clapped at any moment. I don't know why I'm a
Hmm.
masochist. Why am I like this?
It's actually funny that I don't play hardcore in PoE because I actually really like hardcore and like all the games I play. But I guess in PoE, it's just that I like making content, and when it comes to like YouTube stuff, it's kind of hard to do that in the hardcore space. So
It's not good for content. And that's kind of what I always say to people is like if I was playing PoE for content, there would be no way that I would play hardcore. I'd have to go on like a
yeah,
trade league and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just love playing the game that way. It's so much fun to me. And I'm trying to
yeah,
make content out of it. I've been doing well this league, which has been nice. So I've been able to at least put a
hell
build
yeah,
together and now I can update it now that I'm in like T15s and stuff like that. But yeah,
yeah, nice.
one question I wanted to ask you as sort of a side note was like, I think we've talked about this kind of off stream and stuff, but like you're a big proponent of like finding like balance, like doing your dailies and stuff like that. So I'm just wondering like, what are some things that you do like outside of gaming to help you sort of like solidify that like balance between like gaming, life, content creation, everything like that?
Um, well, I mean, I go to the gym like 5 days a week, and I started doing that again. I don't know, a few months ago. Before that, I had kind of taken a break from it. I've been off and on with the gym for a long time, but like the last few months has been the most hardcore I've been in the gym for a while, and it has been like it's funny. A few months ago, what happened was I've always been a pretty skinny dude, and then a few months ago, I went to put my socks on, and like it was hard to put my socks on, and I was like, "Oh hell no, this is not happening." So I started going back to the gym again, and yeah, the last few months have been absolutely massive. And other than that, like I haven't. So last it was last year. No, I don't know, like last year or the fall before last year. So 2 years ago, like in the fall, I have like a travel van that I take out every now and then, and I do photography and stuff. I do wildlife and landscape photography, and I love doing that. I don't do it super often. It's, pretty expensive to go do that. Well, I mean, actually having the van cuts a lot of cost off, to be fair, but it's still, you have to travel to go do it. But that is like, man, to like have a full mental reset to just go to the mountains and just like take pictures of bears and shit. That is something that I feel like I wish everyone could experience.
That sounds amazing. I would love that. I also love photography. I love going into
Yeah.
nature too, and yeah, like I could definitely see myself really enjoying just like. And I also have a van, so I should just I should just start doing this. I don't have bears near where I
Yeah.
live, but yeah, like that's sweet. So having hobbies, staying physically active as well. Was there anything else that you wanted to like
Yeah.
sort of add on to the balancing aspect?
Oh, I mean, for me, I mean, it's, I socialize with my parents a lot, or I try to. I mean, for me, that's what's most important is just like do something active every day, try to socialize with someone. I mean, we socialize a lot online too, and I kind of count that as well. Um, but like, yeah, try to socialize, try to be active every day, try to eat healthy. I've My diet for the last few months too has been I've never paid this much attention to what growing up. I had the metabolism of I could eat literally whatever I want, and I think we're finally getting to that stage of life where, yeah, unfortunate.
As soon as you hit 30, man, it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. We're getting
Yeah.
close. I actually turned 29 and oh my god, 3 days.
Oh, yo, happy early birthday, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just turned
yeah.
33 like a couple days ago, right before the
Mm,
launch. Yeah.
nice.
But same
Well, happy
body
late
type.
birthday.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this part of this part of the conversation I always get really inspired by because I think we're all in our own way, like looking to improve our balance. And it's something that like no one has like down pat like perfectly. So just hearing like you talk about like what your priorities are with like, you know, fitness, like food, like how you've made those significant strides in like the last 3 months is that getting me
Mm,
amped up to do the same thing? You know what I mean? Like, as I said at the beginning of the podcast, degenning pretty hard right now to play this game,
yeah,
but that's not sustainable. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's yeah, again, it's just about the balance, right? So you
yeah.
gotta just even everything out.
Sleep's another one too that I have a really hard time with sometimes. That I've been actually this league has been probably the best I've done sleeping with like maximum gaming hype that I've ever had. Like I've
Mhm.
actually been sleeping, which is impressive.
Yeah. And is that like a full 8 hours, or like you're just as much as you can get?
I get at least 7. I
Okay.
try to get at least 7,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty happy with that.
That's solid. That's solid. Yeah, the
Yeah.
first night I did like a 15-hour stream and then I slept for like 3 or 4 hours and then woke up and just went back to it again. Like just
Yeah.
serious like degen shit, you know? But it was
Yeah,
fun.
I've
It
been
was
there
super fun.
before. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, every now and then it is what it is, right? It's like,
Yeah.
as long because like there's been times in my life where I call it the trimester sleep schedule. It's
Mhm.
where I only sleep for like 3 to 4 hours, but I'll do it twice a day.
Mhm.
And that is no bueno. Like you're just perma tired if you live like that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not a big fan of naps. I will take them, like, sometimes if I'm really feeling down and it's, like, still, like, early in the day, but, like, after, like, 3 or 4 o'clock, if I have a nap, it's, like it's kinda like GG. I'm just, like, gonna be
Yeah.
feeling rough the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. If I take naps, it's like 20, 30 minutes max. Sometimes I don't even fall asleep. I just need to like lay down for a little bit
Yeah.
and that's good enough. But like 20,
Yeah.
30 minutes, anything past that, I'm forgetting what day of the week it is. And that's not good.
Yeah, that is not my nap strategy. I usually go down for, like, an hour, maybe 2 hours. It's like a full on, like, REM sleep at that point.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So I just wanted to ask you, like, when did you start making content and when did you start like streaming? And which game was that for?
Um, well, it's funny, dude. I've made like it's all like unlisted or deleted on my YouTube now, but like had my hands on making videos for, I don't know, years probably. And probably the first game I like had some semi success with when it came to, I mean, I wouldn't really call it success on YouTube, but like I actually had some success on Twitch, would have been Albion Online in the early days. But I never stuck to it. And so nothing ever, I'd stream for like a few months and then stop for like 2 years or a year or something, and then come back to it. So nothing ever carried over. Um, but when Path of Exile 2's zero point 0.1 launched, that was when like the YouTube channel finally like found some people to watch my videos finally. The algorithm finally hooked me up.
Nice.
And I also I had some help from a good friend of mine kind of help me figure out editing and how to make the algorithm work for me. And that was absolutely massive. And thumbnails, like you can never spend enough time making a thumbnail and all that kind of stuff.
Did you want to shout out your homie who like kind of helped you at the beginning?
I think I seen him in your chat. It was Aravan.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Erevin.
see
Yeah,
his
he's in
name. Yeah,
there. Yo,
Aravan.
shout out Erevin. Legend,
Yeah,
dude.
Aravan was absolutely massive, helping me get started on YouTube.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you're going at it sort of without any guidance from like anybody else. Like you're kind of just like I always like
Hmm.
called it like fishing, where you're just like throwing on different lures and seeing what you can catch with it, and then someone will be like, "Yo, you're fishing in this spot. You need to try this lure and go in that zone,
Yeah.
and you're gonna
Yeah.
catch the big one." And sometimes that's all it takes, bro. And having those people around is a blessing for sure.
Yeah. I also never did. This is PoE 2 is the first time I ever did any kind of guides before. Like
Mhm.
before this, I always played PvP games, so it was always just like PvP montages, and no one really, I mean, and they're like kind of cool to watch, but no one really wants to watch that, and at least not a lot of people want to watch that. But guides can be so helpful for so many different people that are interested in the topic, right? So I think that's also been a pretty big improvement since I started making stuff for PoE 2.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like PoE and PoE 2 are like the perfect like content creation games. And it's something that I sort of just stumbled upon because like for me, I had never made like a guide or content for a game really. I did like a Rust video or two when I was really into Rust during COVID. But
Hmm.
like PoE 2 was really the game that like inspired me enough to like make a YouTube channel and like make content for it because it's just out of the passion for the game. And
Hmm.
the reason why I think it's like the perfect content creation game is because there's so many things to learn and the knowledge that you need over time expands with like the addition of content. And so like if you start off at the beginning, sort of like how we are, with like, playing it since like point one, essentially, like we're gonna be, more knowledgeable than the average new player by like quite a significant factor and can like help people like get better with like guides or like provide like just relevant information because there's a lot of information in Path of Exile, and yeah, it's perfect for that type of content.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that, bro. Like we're playing. I mean, there's a lot of people, like everyone who's okay, not everyone, but at least like in the content space, there's a lot of people that are playing right now are going to be playing also at 1.0. But dude, when 1.0 finally releases and the game is full free to play, dude, like is it going to break the internet? Is it going to break Steam? I don't know. Maybe. Like, there's going to be so many people trying the game out. I hope that my hope, honestly, is that it maintains its simplicity so that it looks approachable to people. And, dude, I think 1.0 is going to be massive, massive, massive. I'm very excited, and we're already in the game, right? Like, we're growing our communities already. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, at the end of the day, I just love the game so much and I want more people to play it. And
Yeah.
that like you're absolutely right about the like accessibility like portion of it. It's kind of like they're very aware that there is this sort of like again like a perspective about like their like former title, like Path of Exile, that is intimidating for people to log in. You know what I mean? Like people see
Mhm.
or hear like, oh, yo, you should play Path of Exile. And they're like, oh, like I don't have the time for that. I have to like, there's so much to
Yeah.
learn. Like it's
Bro, you have to go to college to play their first game. Like,
I can barely read, dude. Like I can't play Path of Exile.
yeah. Yeah, if you
um,
can't read, you are in some trouble, man.
yeah. But yeah, I really think that that is a core part of the vision for PoE 2. And I kind of talked about that in that like more recent video that I did, kind of analyzing what the vision for the game is and then how it relates to zero point 0.3. And I think they really need to hold on to that because the approachability is something that really sets is one of the big things that sets it apart from Path of Exile 1. Although and this might be a hot take, I do think, and I don't know, I would love to hear your opinion on this. I do think that over time, like we're talking 5, 6, 7, maybe even 10 years, PoE 2 is just going to be as complicated as PoE 1, and they're going to have to just make PoE 3. What do you think?
I think what's important as they add, so like in 0.4, right? There's a good chance if they do it the same way they did PoE 1, and I didn't play a ton of PoE 1, but I played a few leagues. They don't always keep the previous mechanics in the game. I don't know if that's how they're going to do it, you know, going forward in PoE 2. I imagine that not every mechanic will stay in the game. That would just be insane if they add a new mechanic, every league and it stays in the game forever. But I think what's important is that if they're going to keep a mechanic, as long as there is a easy to follow like in-game tutorial for that mechanic, because in PoE 1, brother, your tutorials are on YouTube. Like you got to go do your research to know how anything in that game works. If everything is in the game in PoE 2, I think it's okay for it to become as like convoluted. And let me add this to the discussion as well. For me, and I don't know how many people share this opinion, but for me, PoE 1, all the different mechanics in the game aren't what like make it super complicated for me. I feel like in PoE 1, it's so complicated. Maybe it's because I haven't played enough of it, but it's so complicated to make your own build from like start to scratch. And in PoE 2, with like all the search functionality and all, you can just search in keywords and how strong the database is. Like, I feel like in PoE 2, it's so much more simple to make your own build from start to scratch, which is something that, granted, I make build guides and there's a lot of people that follow build guides, but there are an absolute massive amount of people who like to just play the game completely blind and make their own build, especially console gamers too. Like, I think there's a huge portion of people who will be added to the PoE community if they maintain that, where you can just play blind, make your own build, that kind of thing.
100%. That's how I like recommend people to play the game the first time always. I always say play SSF and don't look up anything and just experience like the synergies, learn how everything works. And I'm always saying if you like stick with what your like plan is, it's probably going to work out for you if you just like find good gear and make this character like it's such a special game and I feel like yes, you're right. Like a lot of people don't want to play that way, which is fine. Like, play whatever way you want to. But I really think that, like, for me, the discovery of like these things in an ARPG, like, especially your first time around, is like actually peak. Like, I'm sure you can
Hmm.
recollect like your first like playthrough through like Path of Exile 1 or Path of Exile 2. Like, I was like in shock, bro. Like playing through this game the first time, like I was like, this
Yeah.
is incredible. Even though I was playing Warrior, Warrior was not great at launch of the game. Like I
Yeah.
was struggling hard, but I loved every
Hmm.
second of it. One other thing that I wanted to touch on that you mentioned was the sort of introduction of the league mechanics, as a sort of a contrast and comparison between PoE 1 and PoE 2. Like what really stood out to me from the new like patch like zero point 0.3 is how they included more narrative to the league mechanics, which is something that I kind of expected them to do. But it's such a stark difference from like PoE 1 where like you're kind of just like going through these zones and then the camp are these like end game league mechanic NPCs are just like kind of placed in like various areas. Whereas in PoE 2, like you're actually like encountering these people in the campaign. Like they're actually like
Yeah.
they have like narrative relevance. And so they're teaching you about these mechanics, albeit not like super in depthly, but as it also is narratively tied to the story, which I think is really, really special. And so that's why I don't think that they can go overboard with the mechanics because unless they add like another act to the game or something down the road, like once you get to act 6, like and everything's kind of in place mechanically in the story with all the league mechanics and stuff, like I feel like that's going to be mostly it. And then it's just going to be like extra stuff on top of that. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just it's going to be interesting how they decide to do it.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, they will. The thing is like to keep the game fresh to where everyone wants to like get hyped and come back every league. You know, like obviously everyone's going to be hyped to come back when Act 5 comes out, when Act 6 comes out, when all the new classes are coming out. But once everything's in the game, you know, what's going to get people super hyped to come back to the next league? And it probably has to be a league mechanic if you think
Mhm.
about it. I mean, I can't, my small brain can't think of anything else, I
Or
guess.
powers.
Yeah, something, they have to add something, you know,
That was a
and
D4 reference. Sorry, guys. My bad.
I never played any of the Diablo games. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I'm gonna pretend you never said you didn't play Diablo 2, and we'll just move on from there because I'm gonna get emotional right now.
yeah, yeah.
No, I'm
My
excited.
first ARPG was PoE 1,
Okay,
and
yeah,
and it was just because a couple of my buddies always play it, and they finally talked me into it. And I play a bunch of like League and Albion, which are QWER games as well.
yeah,
So I was like, all right, fine, I'll try it. Fine,
yeah.
whatever. What could go wrong?
And they're
And
also isometric too, so like you're kind of
yeah,
used to that camera
yeah.
angle perspective and everything like
Mhm.
that. Like there's definitely like some good like basis for getting into ARPGs. Would you ever go
Yeah.
back and play like a classic Diablo 2 or like any of the other older
For
games?
me, I am like I have a beautiful ultra wide monitor. The games have to look good on it, or I
Fair.
can't play them.
Yeah.
Which is why I like PoE 2 so much, dude. The game is outstandingly beautiful for
It
like
is.
a isometric, like you know, just full blasting like hack and slash ARPG game. Like the graphics are really, really good for you know the isometric, fast paced style of the game.
Oh yeah, no, it's a gorgeous game. I think like it is the best looking ARPG that exists right now, hands down. And
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's no question. Like you look at PoE 2 and you're like that is a modern ARPG with modern
Hmm.
graphics and like everything else like Last Epoch even I was just playing it a little bit before um zero point 0.3 came out and I was like this is fun but like the graphics just kind of look a bit like cartoony and like
Hmm.
mobile gamey even with Diablo
Yeah.
4 too like it's a good looking game but yeah PoE 2 just looks so like sharp like I don't know like everything about it is just sharp.
Okay, one thing I will say, okay, I never played any of the Diablo games, but
Mhm.
it is a Blizzard game, and Blizzard cinematics go hard.
Yes.
Like the cinematics, dude. If GGG could get their hands on some cinematic developers, like we got the cool little like newspaper cinematics in between our acts now, dude. If they had some real cinematics, oh my god, that would be sick.
That would be. And you know, it was cool to see PoE 2 do like an intro cinematic with like, you know, Geonor and like everything, like, you know, that actual like Blizzard style cinematic. I think that was a huge step. I think
Hmm.
that with Blizzard, as far as I know, and I could be wrong about this, they always have the like S tier cinematics, but they also like I think they outsource them to a different studio or something that kind of works with them. Maybe they absorbed that studio over time. But yeah, I think they paid like an extravagant amount of money to do those like, cinematics.
I
And
believe it.
I'm sure like if GGG was made of money, they would do the same thing too, but they're probably spending a lot more of their budget on like the actual game, which is
Yeah,
important.
or
Yeah.
at least their manpower.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's dive into zero point 0.3. Just give me sort of your general take on the league so far. How are you feeling about it? Give me the scoop.
Oh man, where to even begin? Dude, okay, sprinting is amazing. I have absolutely I did a run right before 03 started just to like test my starter, make sure I knew how all the like current supports and everything were going to interact with each other. And the whole time I was playing through the campaign pre 0.3, all I could think of was, man, I would love to have sprint right here. Man, I would love to have sprint right here. And now that we have sprint, dude, I love sprint. It got me killed a couple of times, but then we learned, and now I just abuse it, and it's beautiful. Um, Abyss has been amazing. It was hard for a while. Now that my character actually does damage, I'm loving Abyss, dude. I died a lot today, but I was doing a little bit of griefing myself. I was doing like some delirium waystones on
Hmm.
top of like like the abyss spots on the atlas, and then like they were corrupted as well, and then there's like a breach there too. Like it was like more mobs than I've ever seen in any version of PoE ever. I'm running the game at like 10 FPS, but dude, I was having so much fun. uh yeah, it's like I feel like it's what people wanted, because in 01, Breach was the by far the most popular mechanic because of how many monsters you could get on your screen. And we have like I feel like we have like triple that now. If you set it up properly, we've got like triple that at least. And it's, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. I'm playing Invoker, so I've got like the falling thunder thing where it shoots lightning bolts in 360 degrees around me. So I can just get in the middle of everything and I just hit the ground and boom, just blow the screen up. Oh, dude, it's so much fun. And the crafting is better now too. Like the crafting is actually like I feel like it's pretty peak crafting. Like it's exactly what people wanted. And then they're only going to add more to it too, which is crazy because it's so good right now.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
kind of
almost kind of
like
scary because if it gets too easy to craft, then it's like everyone's going to have the best shit. And we don't want that. We want
I
it to
w-
like
I was just gonna
feel
say
good to
that
make it, you know?
for sure. It's weird because we kind of went 0 to 100 with crafting. Like we literally did like besides if you were extremely rich and you had like a lot of
Hmm.
omens, like there wasn't really any way to deterministically craft an item prior to 0 0.3. And now it's so easy to just get an item that's like pretty friggin' good with like essences and the new omens and the new like desecrated stuff. It's like just those three things have changed the game in such a good way. Like crafting for me is by far the biggest W that like Abyssal League
Yeah.
has done. Like as an
Especially as a
SSF
hardcore
player,
player.
as an
Yeah.
SSF player, hardcore player, like oh my god, dude, like it's incredible. I have like projects now that I'm working on where I'm like I need to find like greater or perfect exalt so I can like get those
Uh-huh.
last few mods on my gear and then I can like hit the desecration and all this type. Like it's nice to have like a reason to play the game other than I just need to go and do maps so I can get stuff. It's like I need to go and do this particular mechanic now so I can get, this desecration thing or whatever, like do more rituals so I can get more omens so I can and everything has its own sort of like place in the crafting system in terms of like how
Hmm.
you can format your gear. And yeah, it's just I've been raving about it constantly. I'm just in love with it, man. It's great.
Yeah, dude. I've never been much of a crafter because for me, I always tell people like, bro, I'm playing trade. I'm the most deterministic crafter that ever existed. I just use the market. I spend my divines and I make exactly what I want to make. But like I've been saving up high item level bases and I've been running essences and saving up currency and stuff. And one of these days I'm gonna have a big crafting day and try to make some upgrades. So yeah, I'm excited to try it as well because I've never really delved into it too far, but um, it looks really good now.
It's amazing. It's like what you said. It's exactly what people have been wanting. And that's the thing, dude. Like I feel like right now, it's probably more economical to craft than to buy gear up to a certain point because you can make really good stuff with like the basic stuff that they give you. Like if you're running essences at endgame, you can get like a perfect essence of battle that adds like +4 or +6 to like your weapon. And you
Yeah.
can add that onto a rare item. You can use an essence to add flat physical damage to any magic item. So all you need is a weapon. You hit it with a perfect aug and transmute. If it's good, you double essence it and then you desecrate it. And like that is basically shit that you're finding on the ground constantly
Hmm.
and that you don't really even need to buy. And then if you really
Yeah.
want to ball out, you can buy like perfect exalt or like whatever to like
Hmm.
guarantee a good like last couple rolls. But like, dude, it's incredible, man. Was there anything else that you were like really stood out to you in terms of like big dubs, like aside from sprinting and like all this other stuff that we've been talking about?
Uh, I don't know if this is the W or not, but okay, the W part of this is them changing everything to splinters for the end game pinnacles.
Hmm.
Like everything costs splinters now. Um, but like I'm already almost done with my Atlas. And that is kind of, I know I play a lot and I'm also like playing a good build and I know what I'm doing and everything, but I feel like for the normal person, the game, when you finish your Atlas, that's like beating the game. You know what I mean? And so like they took out the arbiter tree. They give you the first 2 points for free, which by the way, I got screwed on my two expedition points. And then the patch yesterday didn't fix that for me. So I just got the L and don't have my two starting expedition points. So hopefully I'll get those when I finish the tree. I'm gonna have to do an extra boss fight, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm kind of worried that if everyone finishes their Atlas so fast, then are they gonna just stop playing the game after their Atlas is done? You know, I don't know. For me, I got stuff I want to do still, but I do feel like I beat the game when I finish my Atlas, and I feel like that's coming quicker than I had hoped.
That's a great point because that was sort of one of the biggest reasons. That was the reason why they like changed over to the splinter system was to get people into like pinnacle bosses earlier with like the lesser requirement. But yeah, I never thought about it that way because I haven't done any pinnacles yet. But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people are probably blasting like yourself, and yeah, like that's a great goal that a lot of people have is like once you're done the Atlas, like what else is there to do really, unless you want to just make another character.
Right, like making another character. I think that's also why it's kind of important for them to make the campaign an enjoyable experience. That's like part of the game. Like you should feel like you're building your character's power throughout the campaign and through the end game. I mean, that's what everyone likes to do, right? Like ultimately, everyone wants to feel themselves incrementally get stronger, and that's like the dopamine from the ARPG, right?
mhm.
And they want to be killing a ton of monsters on their screen. Which, oh my gosh, Abyss in the campaign was so much fun because there were so many monsters in the campaign that I think that was an excellent addition to making the campaign enjoyable.
Yeah,
Um,
it was fresh. It was like we've
yeah,
seen the first couple acts, but having to look and, find that abyss and then sometimes you're going down into the depths too. Like it just added that extra layer to the campaign that made it feel just like super fresh and it was perfect. I really liked I really like Abyss as a mechanic as well. Like the mechanic of it, the crafting, as we mentioned before, like everything about it, I feel like, except for I guess a lot of people have been struggling with performance, like as you mentioned, like
yeah,
because there are so many monsters. Like the way I've been describing it to like chat and stuff is like I haven't seen this many monsters since like I was running breaches constantly in point one, where like it couldn't spawn any more monsters on my screen because
hmm,
they were all like jam packed together
yeah,
like a sardine can.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I think performance is always like a worry. They changed a bunch of stuff, I guess, with performance this league. So I don't know if they missed the mark on that or if it's just wouldn't have mattered. Um, but I mean, it's just a ton of monsters. I wonder if I noticed today it was a little bit better because like the things I was doing today, I would have expected to have crashed my PC, and they didn't. In the patch they just did, I think they said that they were expanding, like when you have the maps that have tons of abysses on them, they're making them spawn kind of more spread out instead of all on top of each other. I think that may have helped a bunch, but like if you're having issues with just having one abyss in front of you, then that's still a problem probably. But for me, I think that may have helped a lot today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think for me, it's only like those abyssal maps where it's like the whole
Hmm.
thing is abyssal. It gets a little
Hmm.
bit choppy, but my computer's decent. But I have like a homie who plays on Xbox. He's an absolute Chad.
Ooh.
He hit level 100 in HCSSF on Xbox last league.
Oh my
Like an
gosh.
absolute psycho. But anyway, like he's back on it. He's blasting hardcore SSF
Uh-huh.
again, but he can't even go into the depths because it just tanks like Xbox. Like he
Wow.
just can't
Okay.
go in.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about it on console. Console's
Yeah.
probably got it pretty rough.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't think console players are eating well right now with regards to the new league
No,
mechanic.
yeah.
So hopefully they can get the optimization fixed because it's so fun to go down there and the rewards are so worth it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
So you're kind of griefing yourself if you can't like go down there really.
Yeah. I have time I have periods of time where I go down there, and then there's also periods of time where I'm like, I'm just going too fast. I just couldn't be bothered to go down there. I
Yes.
obviously always go down there when the boss is down there, but
Mhm.
sometimes I skip it if he's not down there.
That's fair. Yeah,
But
I
the
haven't
the
fought the
stuff up
boss yet.
top, bro, I just have so much fun with the stuff up top. Just there's
Mhm.
so many monsters on my screen, brother. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, other than like the performance issues, were there any sort of like things that like haven't really been living up to your expectations or stuff that you don't really enjoy about the update over the last like 6, 7 days?
Oh man. Anything I haven't enjoyed. Oh. Dude, okay, this is probably the only thing I can think of.
Mhm.
So they changed the way Waystone modifiers work.
Yeah.
So every single modifier is both a negative and a positive. And they also increased the amount of chilled ground that exists when you have the chilled ground modifier, the negative chilled ground, when there's chilled ground on the map.
Dude, chilled ground
And
is
dude,
so bad now. It's horrible.
brother,
It's so
like
bad.
I'm playing a super fast attack speed character. So when I get hit with the 30% attack speed debuff, I just feel like I'm a snail. I just
Yeah.
feel like I can't do anything. I'd say probably 9 out of 10 of my deaths come from chilled ground. Like
Mhm.
literally, I'm not exaggerating at all. Like chilled ground has just been absolutely horrifying this league, which is funny because they just like made I don't know if this might have been last league too, but they made temporal chains like way more manageable. Like temporal chains is not the problematic waystone anymore. Now it's chilled ground is the problematic waystone.
There's always one. GGG's
Yeah.
like, y'all have to have at least one. This one's gonna be chilled
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah. So that's the
Yeah.
one thing. But like other than that, brother, sprinting abyss. We haven't even talked about the merchant yet. Well, you're playing SSF, so you wouldn't even get to experience the beautiful merchant
Mhm.
Ange. And she sells all my things for me while I'm sleeping in my bed. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Dude, how nice is that? It's funny because I've been talking about that particular type of trading for so long because I mean, you're an MMO guy. Did you ever play MapleStory as a kid?
That is one that I did not play.
Okay, so in MapleStory, they had the exact same sort of system where like you could go into a like area called the free market and you could basically like set up a shop. And then in the free market, any player could go in there and they could like
Okay.
peruse through. It was like a mall of player shops.
Yeah. I have played a different. There's another game I played that had that
Mhm.
exact same system, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was awesome, and it kinda got you
Mhm.
excited not kinda, it got you excited to just log in, not only to play the game, but just, like, check your shop in the morning and be like, "Yo,
Yeah.
like, did I sell that banger item? Like, do I have, like, a bunch of
Mhm.
money now?" Like, or, like,
Yeah.
in MapleStory, you could actually, like, leave people messages in their shop too and be like, "Yo, like, I'll buy this item off you for, like, a discount if you're having a hard time selling it or something." Which I thought would be cool if they added that in too, but I guess you could just, like, whisper people in PoE and just whatever, but yeah, so tell me
Yeah.
about trade, man. How's it going? I don't even know where trade's at right now. I've just been,
Oh, dude.
not
So
doing it.
because of all the new crafting,
Hmm.
stuff is so much more affordable now. Like I bought a quarterstaff that it's like 6. They're not like tier 1 mods. They're like, tier 3 and 4 mods or whatever, but it's 6 perfect lines of stats that I got for 2 divs. It's like this kind of stuff this would have been like 15 div staff last league probably or something. Like it's crazy how affordable stuff is. And I mean, you know, don't get me started on the whole broken monk thing that's going on right now, but like I've invested like 5 divs into my character, and I'm just one shotting the tier 3 pinnacle encounters. it's
Mhm.
it's kind of sad actually, because I'm like already done with the game basically. But um dude, yeah, stuff's so much more affordable, so you can just like basically just zoom through the game. I mean, I guess that's maybe not a good thing, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not part of the vision, I feel like. But it's fun
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, that's kind of, that's the perfect rationale for why I like playing SSF is because it extends the progression time for me. And I definitely noticed
Mhm.
that when I was playing Trade League when I first started the game. I was like, man, I can just like get through everything so quickly because I think trade obviously like um sort of cheapens the progression experience, in my opinion anyway. But I'm happy to hear that like for the people that are enjoying it, it's like way more affordable to get those upgrades. I feel like that's sick because I feel like before, and I could be wrong about this, but there was a big like disparity between like the really high end items with like the perfect rolls versus like some kind of mid or like low tier stuff. Like we're talking like basically hundreds of divines down to like, one or two. And that was kind of like the in between wasn't that much. But now it feels like you can just kind of make stuff that's yeah, like almost perfect
Mhm.
aside from like those like mirror tier items that are all like tier 1 like perfect rolls or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Granted, I am speaking. I've only played one character so far, so I'm speaking from semi-limited experience, only buying monk items.
Mhm.
But yeah, all my stuff has been just outrageously cheap this league. So like, and you have to assume that it's because it's so easy to craft stuff.
For sure.
Like it's got to be the
100%.
only reason, So,
Yeah.
um, and dude, I love logging into Ange, just having some money for me.
It's the best, I bet, eh? When I was a kid, I
Yeah, dude.
loved going to check my shop in MapleStory. It was like honestly half the reason why I would get out of bed in the morning was like, it gives you something to get up out of bed for, which is
Yeah.
it's kind of sad but good, at the same time.
Yeah, dude. Just turn my PC on, check the merchant real quick, and then go to the gym.
Yeah, exactly. So have you like decked out your hideout too, with the new like hideout stuff,
uh,
or did you do that before the patch came out?
I mean, I would like to do some work to my hideout. It's not bad. It's pretty well set up, but there's a lot that could be improved on now that I mean, people, it's not like people coming into your hideout is necessarily a new thing. It's just that now they can come into your hideout when you're not there, which is kind of cool, I guess. I remember the first time someone came into my hideout, I was like, whoa, what are you doing here? I'm not trading. And then I was like, oh, I am trading with you. Buy some stuff. Buy some stuff.
Come look at my wares, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really
Khajiit
cool.
has wares.
They handled it perfectly. Like in my opinion, I'm so happy that they didn't go just like the generic auction house vibe.
Hmm.
Like that for me kind of really would
Yeah.
just take away some of the magic that they had with the trade site. And I think that this is sort of like the perfect middle ground for like,
Yeah.
there's still that player interaction. They're selling microtransactions because people want their hideouts to look dope as fuck now.
Mm-hmm.
And, like there's just a lot of good about it, while still keeping sort of that friction intact, but just making it easier, dude. Like, I can't imagine how nice it. I mean, dude, like the thing is, like, I stopped playing trade because of how annoying the trading system was. Like, it was it was the catalyst for like bringing me over to the HC SSF dark side. But now I can never go back because I'm addicted to that play
Yeah.
style. Um,
Yeah.
but I was tempted to go like log in on hardcore trade this league, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was pretty close to doing it. I think
I mean,
just from
hardcore trade.
yeah.
The thing I've heard, I've never played hardcore trade before, but I've heard that it's kind of you kind of almost end up playing it a little. I mean, you play a lot of SSF anyways when you're in hardcore trade because like a lot of the best items are all just like monopolized by a few players.
Right.
I don't know how
Yeah.
true that is, but
Yeah.
um,
I don't know. I don't know.
it would still be a difficult experience. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. I mean, you're still playing hardcore, so at least there's still that. The hardcore aspect for me is so much fun.
It's
Like
it's the best.
I
It's the
I
best.
like to after the league has kind of died down, I like to go back and then start playing hardcore at that point.
Hmm.
And I haven't made it too far yet in the two previous. I mean, I quit super early on the second league. And when I did it in the first league, I was very burnt out at that point. So I didn't make it very far that time either. But dude, I love hardcore games. So much fun.
Oh yeah. Like my general preference on gaming has been towards the hardcore side of things for a while now. Like again, like I played hardcore WoW Classic before I played Rust. I played a lot of Escape from Tarkov. Like
Hmm.
all of these
Yeah.
games are kind of the games that I gravitate to. And so I feel like I don't know, like hardcore PoE 2 just hits different because like the game itself is challenging. Like playing just straight up standard can be hard if you don't know what you're doing. And I think for me, it really made me think about how to build like defenses properly. Because when I played Trade
Yeah.
League, I just never really it was always like a second, like an afterthought. And that
Hmm.
might have something to do with like how the game is balanced, and like maybe it was more balanced towards like, well, if everything's dead, it can't hurt you. So that's kind of the vibe that I was going with for
Yeah.
a while. But I
Yeah.
really like sort of building characters that have like an emphasis on like how am I layering defenses while also like optimizing
Hmm.
damage too. It's super fun.
You're probably eating pretty nicely this league. You've probably got what evasion, energy shield, deflection, and freeze.
And Tailwind with
Like,
30% PDR as well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
It's
Yeah.
actually so good, dude. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's so good. I think I have like 25k effective HP right now. Like it's absolutely insane. I'm
Jeez.
chunky, dude. I'm chunky
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
And you're playing a Deadeye, so you're fast and you're probably doing pretty good damage.
I'm doing great damage. I'm one-shotting everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one of my favorite builds that I've ever made. And I haven't made that many builds. But this is the first one that I've actually like homebrewed. I was practicing it before the patch that I've actually felt like is really could go all the way, like could do all of the pinnacle stuff eventually. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's
Yeah.
part of the journey, right? It's the item crafting, and again, I can't say enough like how much fun it is to just have these project crafts now. Like have these things that you're like,
Mm.
I can't wait to get these items so that I can actually like finish off these pieces that are going to be just like the GG items, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got like 3 or 4 quad tabs that are just filling up with like high item level bases, stuff we're recombinating.
Mhm.
Um, what else do I got? I can't,
Have you
whatever.
found
But
many of those exceptional items too, like the 30% guys at all, or
I found a few of them, but not a ton yet. Not a
okay?
ton yet. I'm just
Yeah.
now getting to where I'm starting to like really look for like +1/+1 locations to do like tier 18 maps on.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I'm going to start to see more of them as I kind of lean into that. I'm
Mhm.
also trying, I got to dial in my filter a little bit. I still have like just a basic filter blade filter,
Me
and I
too.
need to like go in and like really edit it to what I want to be seeing.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, dude, I'm excited. I might do it tomorrow. Honestly, actually, I wanna have a little crafting session.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, dive in,
Yeah.
bro. It could be, if while you're doing that, it
Yeah.
could be like good content as well. Cause I think that there are crafting videos, but I think that like the more there are, the better right now, because I think a lot of people are looking to like learn about this stuff from a trade standpoint. Could be even a good like SSF or HC video as well that I could do down the road for crafting. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Did you want to talk about some spicy drama stuff? Or how do you feel about all that right now?
I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. I don't know if I even know what's going on, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if you explain it to me, maybe I can give my opinion.
Okay. Well, I have it in our question list, but it was in red because I was like, "Oh, this could be controversial." But I'd be interested to hear your take on it cuz you're a pretty chill dude and I feel like you don't like
Sure.
kind of lean into that stuff, but so I feel like you're going to have a pretty balanced take with everything. So,
Yeah.
essentially, a couple days ago, our homie Kaltarak did a reaction video to a
He was
guy.
feeling a little thorny, huh?
He was feeling a little thorny. It was 3 a.m. He was pretty thorned up. He reacted to a Vindications video. I believe the title was something like "Your favorite PoE2 creators are killing the game" or something like that. And that video reaction got a lot of attention from other creators. Like it got
Cal
react.
reacted to Vin's video,
Yep.
and Cal's reaction got a lot of attention.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting because he was basically like, well, he was saying stuff for sure, but he was agreeing a lot with what Vinny was saying. But I think that the
Hmm.
way that he was sort of going about it, and here's the thing, he did this again in point two, where he had to like delist a video because he was like calling out people and saying stuff that was kind of off the cuff. But I just wanted to ask, like, you know, in your general opinion, like, well, first off, did you even hear about this? Because I feel like I'm maybe explaining this to you and like you're kind of maybe not.
I you know
Mhm.
I seen like a couple things about it in Discord, but like I haven't really, like, I didn't watch any of the videos or any of the
Mhm.
reactions or anything. and
Mhm.
and for me, like, when it comes to the drama stuff, I you know I see some stuff sometimes from people hating on the game, and it's annoying to me, especially when I'm having a good time. But ultimately, if they're not having fun, I mean, they're a content creator, right? And a lot of them, this is how they make their living. So they need to express how they feel online. That's just what they do. They're a content creator, right? So it's like, if they're not having fun and they make stuff about not having fun, or if they're not having fun on stream, it is what it is.
Mhm.
And I wish they would have more fun. But if they're not having fun and they're going to quit the game,
Yeah.
then just, it is what it is. Go play something else. And hopefully some of your viewers stay in the category and now they can come watch me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you're having fun, so
And
people are going to see that.
and
Yeah.
and for me, it's like, whatever you're doing, go do it. And the only thing the only thing I can control is how much fun I'm having. So as long as I'm having fun, and the people I'm playing with, people that are hanging out in my chat, hanging out with me, are having fun, that is all I care about.
For sure. I think in summary, I'll kind of break it down as to my take about this. It feels like Cal, no, it doesn't feel like. I know that Cal is super passionate about the game. He loves the game. He wants the game to thrive. He wants people to play the game, to enjoy it. He wants the game to be better as well. Um, and I honestly think that this whole like video that he made was kind of just like he got rage baited. Like he watched Vinny's video, it had these clips from some of like the PoE2 like clips channels, And a lot of
Mhm.
those clips are like basically taken out of context. It'll just be like
Mhm.
somebody being like, "Ah, this game is dog shit," or something like that. But they had just like died in hardcore, and so they're gonna say like anything at that point. Like I'll probably say that when I die
Yeah.
in hardcore, you know what I mean? But so when you look at those clips like subjectively and like as an accumulation of like people saying stuff about the game, I think it kinda got him in, like, an ultra thorny state, and then he reacted
I
to
hope
the
that sticks, by the way. I want that to stick.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good one. It's a good one. And then, yeah, like, the way that he sort of went about it in his video was, I think the word of the day is tourist. So he kept calling, like, these, certain content
Uh,
creators, like
People don't like
PoE2.
that word.
Well, I think it has a certain negative connotation to it,
Yeah, it does.
and
Mhm.
it created quite an uproar because a lot of the people that he was calling tourists were people that have been OG Path of Exile 1 creators. Like these people have been playing Path of Exile 1 for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. And I think a lot of
Mhm.
people would argue that like these tourists are like, their feedback towards Path of Exile 1 is helping shape like PoE 2 for better or for worse as well. And
Yeah.
so I think that was the biggest issue was, kind of attacking these people for, being negative about the game, being critical about the game, maybe not being positive about the game, but also kind of like being like, just go back to PoE 1. Like if you don't like the game, just go back to PoE 1, basically. And it kind of creates more
Yeah,
of this divide,
ultimately, like, I don't know, like, I don't know, I maybe I feel like I don't know if this is, like, what a lot of people how a lot of people feel about this, but, like, you can only control you and your message.
Mhm.
So it's like when people are being negative, like, if I don't like what I'm seeing from other people, it sucks that they're doing that to their community because a lot of people will, you know, if you're a big creator and you're saying these things, there might be a couple hundred people in your chat that are kind of feeling the same way. They just need someone to confirm their hatred. And so it's like as soon as you open up that gateway, like, okay, now everyone hates that aspect of whatever it is. And but again, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you can't do anything but control yourself and what you're doing.
Mhm.
There's definitely you could have taken me out of context the last couple of days. Like Abyss was whooping my ass until it wasn't.
Mhm.
And but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, tourist is a dangerous word. Calling people tourists, that's like saying
Yeah.
your build is the best build. Like these are
For sure.
things that you kind of
Yeah.
just
It's kind
it's
of like
pretty
an
risky.
it's kind of like it has some sort of like elitist connotation where you're kind of like it has some sort of like condescension, I think is it feels condescending to call someone a tourist. And again,
Yeah.
like no one's gonna
Like little
listen.
bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's like little bro. Like, yeah. Like if we were having an argument right now, Loopy, and you were like, listen, little bro, I'm gonna tell you something. I'd be like, okay, buddy, settle down.
Yeah.
And then if
Yeah.
you proceeded to tell me the most beautifully eloquent like take about something, I'd still be in my head like, this guy just fucking called me a tourist. This guy just called me little bro. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter what you say afterwards. I'm still going to kind of be caught up on like the jab, I guess. You know what I mean? And so I think it's
Mhm.
important if you're going to make these videos where you're going to be talking about your opinions and stuff like that, to try and do it without throwing jabs. And I think that that just comes with not being as thorny as he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's people who have made it big being thorny, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
once you go down that road, like
Hmm.
that's the road you're on,
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know. It's not the kind of thing I would do. It's not the kind of person I am. I just basically stay in my own lane and avoid all of that. There's definitely, I mean, look, I'm not gonna say there's not some POE, you know, I wouldn't even call them POE. They're just, you know, they're content creators that play POE one. Sure, they play all kinds of ARPGs. There's a few of them I don't care to watch. Guess what? I have it set up on my Twitch and on my YouTube. Their shit doesn't even show up on my feed. It's all like
They don't
not
even exist.
recommended or
Yeah.
whatever. They don't exist to me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I would have no idea what they're doing or their negative opinions or if
Mhm.
they're enjoying, if they're even, maybe they're enjoying the game right now. I would have no idea.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I just do my own thing.
For sure. Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, I think like the real issue I think is some of these clips channels sort of perpetuating a like false sense of something. Like if you're just clipping people saying shit out of context and like showcasing that to like tens of thousands of people, like that will have like some sway on like
Mhm.
people, especially people who don't
Yeah,
think like
100%.
yeah, like especially people who don't think that like, you know, to think beyond the montage and be like, "Oh wow, like I just saw like a lot of negativity about the game. Like I might not even play the
Yeah.
game now because I just saw like 30 creators say this game sucks, like all in a row or something, or expressing frustration." And so I think that it goes kind of along the lines of what you said. Like for me, I just like hit the don't show up on my feed to these clips channels, even though there's like some stuff that I've watched that has been like hilarious, like stuff
Yeah.
like people dying in hardcore to like, dude, in Act 4, there's like that ship where the fuses go off to the
Well, dude,
barrels,
that
bro.
almost killed me, bro.
Dude,
I just got out in time and I was like, "Oh my god, can you imagine if you died to that in hardcore?" Oh my god.
there was a clip of
That's
a
funny.
buddy of ours who like, didn't have the sound on and he was like just looting the chests and then the ship just explodes, bro. Or like
Oh
there's
no.
like one clip that I saw on Reddit of like a guy who like goes into the trial of Sekimas for like the first time on hardcore. And I kid you not, like, okay, maybe it's like the second floor. It was like there were, you know, the traps that shoot those little fireballs out in like a line. So like
Mhm.
he's sprinting and gets hit by the trap, and then the trap just bodies him, bro, like immediately dead. Just like hardcore trip fall,
Oh
immediately
no.
dead, dude. Like, yeah,
Oh
like
my
those types of
gosh.
clips are fucking hilarious. I feel like there
Yeah.
needs to be a maybe I should start this like an actual like proper hardcore PoE2 deaths like clips montage. I feel like that's what we need, boys. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here this might be a hot take,
Yeah.
but here's my opinion on these clips channels because this is like probably a large part of what got Cal thorny and
Hmm.
kind of what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. First off, you have to ask yourself, is it even a real person making this clip channel? Like it might be a person operating the channel, sure, but like these clips could just all be AI,
Hmm.
you know? So that's something you have to think about with modern technology. Like, because there's websites you can go to, a lot of them are paid, whatever, but you can just be like, you can throw in a 3 hour video, give me some clips of this video. You know what I mean? And then AI takes over. And then this guy just, you know, throws it all into another AI program, says, give me the most controversial clips out of everything he just created. And now,
Right.
boom, he's got a 15-minute video and he literally didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And so,
I didn't even think about this. That's actually kind of crazy that we're at a point now with tech where like you just take a bunch of VODs or like whatever, chuck them into an AI software, and it just spits out the most controversial. Like it's just like
yeah.
bang, boom, you know. And then you got a clips channel that's
Yeah.
already farming. Yeah.
So, the question I feel like that has to be asked because it is what it is. Like 2025, the technology exists.
Hmm.
People have all their own opinions. There's tons of content creators covering the game. Not everyone's going to have fun. Not everyone's going to love the game. There's going to be controversy that exists no matter who's playing the game, no
Yeah.
matter what, no matter if it's PoE1 guys, new guys, whatever. The clip channels are going to make the clips because it's free real estate, you know? So as the viewer, when you see these clip channels, you just, it comes down to like, okay, whose fault is it, for getting frustrated about like the clips, right? Is
Mhm.
it the streamer's fault who got taken out of context? Is it the clip, the person making the clip's fault, or is it the viewer who's just watching the clip and then scrolling to the next one and not even thinking about like what happened before or after the clip, right?
Mhm.
And like that happens in so much stuff nowadays, not
Yeah.
just gaming clips. Like that is all over the
That's just
world.
media in general
That's
now,
just
yeah.
media in general, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like to get frustrated about clips is just like open your eyes kind of to the world, honestly,
Mhm.
in my opinion. Like that's my hot take. Like um, as a viewer, you just need to, you see someone being frustrated, realize they probably they could have been having a great time 15 seconds ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have
Yeah.
your laugh, scroll to the next one, don't let it affect your mental at all, and
Mhm.
just do whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know.
For sure. No, no, I hear you. I hear you. And it was interesting because I think a lot of the reason why he was calling people tourists was because people were struggling with the game. But a lot of the people that were in Vinny's video that were struggling with the game were playing hardcore. Like dying in hardcore is like astronomically like playing hardcore is astronomically more difficult than playing softcore. Like there's no question
Yeah.
asked,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
And
You
so
have to
like
actually build defense through the campaign.
yeah, and you have to know mechanics and know how to navigate
You know
playing
what I
against like
mean?
fighting like proper monsters and shit too and bosses and stuff. So like of course
Yeah.
people are struggling. Like I would go out on a limb and say that Abyssal League and Path of Exile 2 is the most rippy league that we've seen so far. Like it's by far the hardest for hardcore, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Like
hard to argue that. I mean,
yeah.
like last league was spirits and
Mhm.
well, I mean, it wasn't even really a league.
Yeah.
Like you just,
Yeah.
you don't want to do the spirit, just walk around it. And then in 0-1, I mean, I what was rippy about 0-1? I can't really think of anything.
Mhm.
So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like the stuff in the interludes, like the the second interlude boss has been like farming people on hardcore, like absolutely farming people. I think he's already been nerfed like 2 or 3 times already. What's that guy's name? Asmadi, the prince, that guy who does like the
Dude,
yeah. How was your experience with him in the
my
campaign?
my campaign was so boring
Okay.
because my character was so OP through the campaign. Every single boss, I just froze it, threw the bell down, and it died before it was unfrozen. I didn't
Hmm.
see any boss mechanics. I saw nothing the entire campaign. The only risk my character was ever in was just me goofing around trying to do abysses.
Yeah.
Like and then once it got to the end of the game it started getting spicy, but yeah, I didn't get to really see much in the campaign, honestly. Like all the new bosses just frozen dead.
I'm sure
It was
Jonathan's
kind of
extremely happy
sad,
to hear
but
that. Yeah, he's like, we've been
yeah.
working on this for 5 months, and you didn't even get to see the mechanics, bro.
Yeah, I didn't the first time I got to see any boss mechanics was once I started seeing them like again in the end game maps.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to hear how you feel about the boss mechanics if you go through the campaign on HCSSF or SSF down the road because they did a really good job with the bosses. Like in the new act, like
Yeah.
Act 4, like it was a lot of bosses. Like it was like every zone
Hmm.
had multiple and they all felt different. And of course, some of them we had experienced in like patch 0.2 because they added some of the unique maps into 0.2 that were kind of taken from Act 4. Um, but yeah, for the most part, it was like, holy shit, boys. Like you guys did a fantastic job. And I did have to do mechanics, so it was like cool to see the mechanics.
That's
Um,
cool.
so you never like, that guy Benedictus who like is in the quarry and he like does the the big maze that you have to like run through and then it explodes. You never saw that or anything? Oh, dude, that's
I
also
have
been
no idea what you're talking about.
that's been farming people on hardcore as well. So like the
Uh,
quarry in Act 4, the boss like
uh-huh.
so like he
Yeah.
has a phase in like phase 2 where like two pillars come down. So the arena is smaller. And then he does like a huge slam on the ground and you
Hmm.
have to stand right beside him. And then when he does the slam, if you're not standing beside him, he basically brings up these like rock walls that will one shot you. So you have to stand near him and then run through these cracks in the rock walls before the timer runs out so that like you can escape or else it explodes and you also just get one shot too.
It sounds kind of like
It's cool.
there was a boss in PoE 1 that sounds kind of like I can't remember any of the names from any of the guys in PoE 1. I didn't play it enough, but
Yeah.
it sounds cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't see it, but
Yeah. That was one of the standout ones for me, like for sure. In terms of like mechanics and like also danger.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So in terms of just the game in general, I feel like also I wanted to check in with you. We're at like an hour 20. Like, how are you doing and how are you feeling, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm
Yeah, you're
good.
good. All
Yeah.
right. You're good to keep
Yeah.
yapping
I'm
for a bit
enjoying our
longer.
chat.
Me
Yeah.
too,
Yeah, for
man.
sure.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on. I'm having a great time. You're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of this is more of a more broad question. We kind of talked about this earlier, and this is something that I've talked about quite a bit. So and essentially with PoE 2, it feels like GGG is trying to find the perfect balance of catering to like the hardcore ARPG player base while also being like attractive and accessible to new players. Do you think that they're achieving this balance well, and where do you think that they could maybe improve on some of the things that are either catering more for hardcore players or being more accessible?
Man, I mean, like, how is zero point 0.3 not peak?
It is
Like,
100%. Yeah.
what does the hardcore ARPG player want?
I think it's just
I
to
know,
grind. I think the grind is the thing they want to do.
like they like in my mind, okay, and I can't really call myself a hardcore ARPG player because like I mostly play MMOs my whole life, right?
Mhm.
But like when I think of what peak ARPG content is, what I have the most fun doing is like what I was talking about earlier, is just when there's like 100,000 monsters on my screen, and I've scaled my character to the point where I can just full send, just get in there and
Mhm.
just wipe the whole screen,
Yeah.
and I can see all the flashes of lights and I can enjoy my dopamine, right? And like I feel like Abyss, when you pair Abyss with other things, it is doing that so well right now. And then like crafting is the other thing, right? Like crafting and killing monsters, and like I think the only thing that maybe this patch isn't hitting the nail on the head with is the pinnacle bosses.
Mm,
Maybe
mhm.
it's just because I've walked myself into a not semi, a fully broken build. But like I feel like the pinnacle bosses, so like some like people, I don't like, do people struggle like to do them? So like in hardcore SSF, you haven't done any of them yet, right?
No, but I cleared T4 everything in HCSSF last league,
I
but I
feel
was
like they're
also playing a
easier
broken
this league.
build. Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
only go to tier 3 this league. And
Okay.
I one shot tier 3 Zesht. And when I was watching the clip back, I'm pretty sure I only seen like, I don't know if like it only looked like it was like 2 million HP or something.
But he
And
died
I'm
so
thinking
fast
in
that you
my head,
couldn't see like the entire damage number essentially.
like maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure because I'm sitting there thinking like there's no way the hardest version of Zesht only has 2 million HP.
Mhm.
Like that just can't be right.
No, I think that's
So
like tier 0, I'm pretty sure.
I'm hoping that's like a bug. And I just didn't see the full damage number or something because that would be a
Mhm.
bummer. But like, yeah, just I don't know. I just hope that that's like the only aspect of the game I would like to see them build upon is just because okay, I'm also like a big Souls like enjoyer. I love all the Souls games, and I love the fact that they keep that Jonathan and the GGG team keep talking about the vision. I know it's a meme. I don't care when I'm clearing maps, let me blast. But when I go to fight any of the pinnacle encounters, I want to be dodge rolling. I want there to be like raid mechanics. I want it to be hard. And I want to like fail and then feel super good when I finally win.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And I just haven't. That section of the dopamine I have completely lost this league. But
Mm.
everything else has been so perfect.
It sounds like this issue could be mediated by a more I'll use the word ethical build
Yeah,
if we'll call it
yeah.
that.
I
It
think I
sounds
may have that
yeah.
may be part of the problem.
Yeah, I think your build is unethical, probably because you just cooked it so well and now it's just crushing. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like to add more challenge, it's obviously advised to just play builds that just kind of suck, or in this case, kind of are more ethical. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's not what you want to do on League Start, right? On League Start, you just want to blast, get your stash up, get your money up, and then you can kind of start dicking around with more ethical builds later on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, everyone. It's like one of those things where I mean, who are you really comparing yourself to? I guess, right?
Hmm.
Like I guess the economy is moving forward, and if you're not moving forward with the economy, you may feel left behind. I know that's probably how a lot of people might feel, but I don't know. I've just been having so much fun with the mapping portion of the build, which to be fair, the whole bossing thing that's completely broken, I didn't come up with that. I found that from someone else on YouTube. I can't even remember their name. I've seen a couple different people make videos on it, so I don't even
Hmm.
know who originally came up with it. But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, that maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think on the whole, like I completely agree. I think the patch itself, um, it adds to the balance that kind of was the original question, like the balance between like giving more stuff to do for like hardcore players, and by stuff I mean
Hmm.
like kind of bringing up the grind. It's like now we can really craft like these crazy items, and it's
Hmm.
more accessible to do that too, where like you don't have to just have like mirrors a worth of divines or whatever. Like just being able to play the game and be like, even if you have your atlas complete, now my new objective is I just want to craft like mirror tier gear, like or like crazy gear, basically. Like that you can do
Yeah.
that. And you can do that
Yeah.
it's more accessible to do that now than it was before, 100%.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I think
Yeah.
that caters a lot to the people who want to play the game for a long
Hmm.
time. And I think that it caters to people who wanna play the game casually too and, like, be more accessible with the new act and, like, the new stuff that they added within the campaign. Like, I just feel like if you're a guy who's not really planning on, like, going the distance, you can still have an incredible time just playing through the campaign. Like, you take your
I
time, you
think
beat it in,
that
like, 20 or
yeah.
30 hours, like, it's still gonna be a banger experience for sure.
I think that is the campaign is the single most important part of retaining new players
For sure.
because the first if you've never played Path of Exile before and you come to the game for the very first time and you don't have fun in the campaign and then you hear, "Oh, new league, you got to play the campaign again."
Mhm.
And you're thinking, "Oh God, I don't want to play the campaign again," then it's over. It's over. You're done. You're probably never going to play again.
Yeah.
So it's like their campaign needs to be super dialed for
Yeah.
people to want, for new people to want and come back. Because like the hardcore players that have been playing for a long time, they'll just be like, I'll just turn my brain off, lean back in my chair, blast through the campaign, and then play the end game. But like new players aren't going to think that way. You
For
know what I
sure.
mean? So
No, they have to hook you immediately, and I think that that's why, in my opinion, Act 1 is, like, perfect. Like, Act 4 is really good
mhm,
too, but I think that Act 4, isn't as perfect as Act 1, and that it's because of what exactly you just said, like, it has to really capture you to get you to wanna keep playing through the campaign, and, I didn't see that in PoE 1 at all when I went back and played it, and I've
no.
barely played PoE 1, but, like, I think the bar was set so high for PoE with PoE 2 in terms of, like, the experience and the quality of the experience, and when I went into PoE 1, I was like I was like, "What is this? Like, this is not it." And
Dude,
it's
the
yeah,
bosses in PoE 1 just blend in with the map. You just,
exactly.
like, are
Yeah.
clearing the map, and you're just like, "Oh, I just killed a boss." What?
Yeah, yeah.
It just looked like a rare to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's a big reason why that Path of Exile 1 has a lot of difficulty retaining or, gaining new players. I think that, like, the people who play Path of Exile 1, and not to go on too much of a tangent about, like, which game's better, they're both great. I like, both of them a lot, although obviously everyone knows I prefer PoE 2, but yeah, it's like I think that because the campaign experience is kind of on the rougher side of things in PoE 1, it has a tough time like getting new players to really stick through it. Like for me, it took me 20 hours to beat the campaign, and that's like, you know, a long time. But I think that it would take a lot people who are new to the game a lot longer, like who don't actually know how to play the game. Like I at least know how to play like PoE 2, so it helped me out with it.
Yeah, I've been hearing people say Act 4 feels really long, and it's so funny. It's just like snap reaction commentary, I feel like, because that's what people said about, like, Acts 1 through 3 too, originally. But now that you know the layout, you just can zoom through it if you want. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a little bit slower in hardcore SSF because you have to, like, build your character while you're going, but, like, people it's so funny because the first speed running races that they did, right? Everyone's saying like the game's super super slow, takes forever, and Warrior's the worst class. And then Warrior finishes acts 1 through 3 in like 2 hours.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
like people just have like jerk reactions, and I think that's what's happening with act 4. I thought act 4 was like it was maybe a little long, but my reaction was I just don't know the layouts yet. I'm just like meandering around on every map. I don't know where to go, which was kind of fun. I mean, honestly, right? Like your first time doing it.
It's the best. It's the
Um,
best because it's all unfamiliar, and I think that that's what adds to the time it takes is, guys, we've been running the same 3 acts back to back, like, running it back on Cruel for the last 7 months.
mhm,
Like, of course, Act 4 is gonna feel longer. It's unfamiliar, you don't know everything, and that should be a good
mhm.
thing. Like, you should be like, "Yes, like, this is" like, you only get
Yeah,
to play through Act 1 the first time once. Like, why are you trying to rush through it? You should just be, like, savoring it, and maybe that's a weird way to look at it, but, like, that's what I was doing. I was, like, even still playing on HCSSF, like, I was full clearing every nook and cranny of every map, trying to find all the little secrets, all the little areas that they put into every zone. Like, it was very enjoyable for me to do that.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely went pretty fast, but I feel like I was just moving quickly, but I still saw most of everything.
Yeah.
And dude, the all the different. What was your favorite section of Act 4? My favorite section of Act 4 was it was like a prison or something where you went in and there was like waves
Yeah,
that were
the
coming
prison,
in,
yeah, yeah.
and it would like slow you down if you get stuck in the water. Bro, that was such a like
Mhm,
unique idea, I feel like.
mhm.
Like they really cooked with all the different environments in Act 4. It was
They
really
really
cool.
did. They really did.
Like it's
The
crazy.
prison was so fucking dope. And it's funny, we joked about this on stream where they're like, "Oh, they gave us sprint, so they gave us movement speed, but they're not gonna let you have it all the time."
Yeah.
Jonathan's like,
Yeah.
"You're not
Yeah.
allowed to have it all the time." Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I don't know what my favorite zone is. Yeah, I think the prison was I think aesthetically, the prison was probably the coolest, like, vibe in there, like, yeah, it was badass. The prisoner boss was super cool as well. Yeah, like, it was cool having sort of those now that I've played PoE 1 and I know who Azaro is, like, having those references to, like, Azaro at the end of, like, the boss fight too was pretty cool.
Hmm.
Do we bring up Fuck Upon You Island, or is that, you know? Because that,
I
like,
liked
that was cool.
the I can't remember what the area was called. It was the one that led, like the areas that were kind of like the trials that led up to the big purple monkey boss.
Yeah,
Which,
that one
by the
was
way,
cool.
that guy was so cool. I didn't get to see the fight at all, but when he like the little monkey hops off her shoulder and then turns into the boss, I was
Yeah.
so hyped. Where I was like standing up.
Yeah. That was the only place I've died in the campaign was fighting him.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you. So
Yeah.
you've only died once.
I've only died once, yeah. And I'm not gonna
Nice.
lie, it was definitely a skill issue, but I was playing so I was doing before we started like zero point 0.3, I did a big group stream with a couple of buddies of mine who are all like content creators, and we all did a hardcore like run together.
Hmm.
And so we were trying to figure out so one guy lives in like the Netherlands or something, one guy lives like, you know, in the US, so we were trying to figure out like the best server to play on. And so I ended up playing on like Texas. I think Texas was like the best ping for all of us,
Hmm.
but it was still like, you know, 25 to 75 or 100 or whatever. And so I guess where I'm going with this was I never changed that when I started running when I started
Oh
league starting. So I played all the way up to like Yama the White on Texas like latency. And
yeah.
so I'm sad that you didn't get to see this mechanic because it's actually super funny that they put this into a campaign boss. But essentially, do you know about his one shot mechanic or no?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, bro. Fucking softcore players, man. All right, so let me tell you. Okay, so while you're fighting him, he at a certain point, he'll teleport you into the middle of into the middle of the arena, and then four clones of yourself will run away from you in different directions, and one of the clones of yourself will have a big ring around it, not a big ring, like an arbiter sized ring, and you have to run into that ring before like a second or two goes off, or else he just one shots you basically.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And so that's what got me. I blame the
Yeah.
latency, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was probably a skill
Yeah.
issue. Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's
That's
crazy that you
intense.
didn't see that. That's
Dude, I'm
wild.
telling
Yeah.
you, like, I don't remember what act. I was in like act two, and then I used the merchant to buy the painter's torn gloves that
Yeah.
like turn your elemental damage into tribrid, and it gives you
Mhm.
like 33% extra elemental damage.
Disgusting
And then
gloves.
from that
Yeah.
point on, I just one shot everything all the way to the end game. Like
Mhm.
everything just got frozen and died all the way to the end game. And yeah, everyone who followed my league starter guide, I have been hearing the exact same thing. Like, there's been so many people that are like,
Yeah.
"This is my first time playing PoE," and I just breezed through the entire game.
Nice. Nice.
I'm just like, "Nice, dude."
I don't think I found the painter's gloves, but if I find them, maybe I'll try doing your build on hardcore and see if it's viable. That'd be cool.
they
Yeah.
they dropped for. I got a lot of people that told me they had them drop in Act One. I've also the few SSF runs I have done,
Mhm.
I always found them in Act One as well.
They're pretty common. They're only like a
Um,
level 8 item, right?
yeah, they're super low level. They give you
Yeah.
like 8 energy shield or something.
Yeah.
And but they just dude, I mean, you can wear them in the end game too if you want to sacrifice the resistances and the energy shield on your gloves.
Mhm.
Because like I put them on my character just to see if the damage on my tooltip goes up, and it always goes up no matter what. So
Yeah. Would you
I mean,
swap
it's
those gloves over to
33%.
like Hands of Wisdom and Action for your build, like down the road, or do you already have those?
Uh no, I'm just running some gloves with a ton of flat damage on them now,
Yeah.
and mana leech
Mhm.
because monks need mana leech. But you can get that on your rings. So
Yeah.
um, yeah, they also the fact that they change your damage into all three types is like really cool. for a few of the different like spirit gems that are in the game as well. Like there's like Trinity or something.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something you could do with that.
Yeah, no, I've actually never messed around with Trinity or those gloves, and I think it'd be interesting to mess around with it. There's just so much stuff in the game to try out and do.
Dude,
Yeah. And
there is.
I've been finding, I don't know if you found any cool new uniques, but I've been finding a couple, and like they've kind of got my brain sort of tinkering. Like
Yeah.
this is why I love to play these like ARPGs, is like finding these
Hmm.
pieces of gear on the ground where you're like, "Oh, like what is this meant for? Like, what kind of build is this meant for?" And like, kind of, it gets your
Yeah.
brain sort of activated a bit. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good feeling seeing that.
Yeah. I love making builds and stuff. It's actually
Mhm.
funny though, because this league, I think I kind of realized that I love making builds, but I want to like dial back a little bit on the content creation side of making builds because it almost feels like I don't know, you've never put out any build videos before, but like in PoE, it's like you put out the build video. Maybe I could be corrected on this if people have watched my build videos and
Mhm.
this isn't how it works, but like the retention on them is so bad because people will click the video and then they go to the mobilytics or the POB. You know what I mean?
I just did my
And
second build video like a couple days ago because I'm trying to like get into this thing as well. As we talked about at the beginning, it's hard to do in hardcore because a lot
yeah,
of the times you die before you can like complete the builds. But anyway,
uh
sorry,
huh.
sorry, go on.
Yeah, so I just feel like like making the build videos, it would almost be better to just put put your build on mobilytics and then just like use like make a video to supplement that. Like if anything needs to be explained with visual detail, like rotations and that kind of thing, that would be helpful to be in the video. And then it just like supplements what is already, because like the way I do my videos, it's basically just copy and paste everything from mobilytics, with put it on the screen so that someone's reading it to you instead of you reading it yourself. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna adjust how I'm doing things in the next time I do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just, I think that's just like kind of ties back into like trying out a different lure and like seeing how, what you can catch with that versus, the stuff that's kind of tried and true with regards to the build guide format. Like at the end of the day, bro, like watching your video of you like breaking down a build is for me always going to be way more enjoyable than just reading a fucking Mobalytics like guide. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like at the end of the day, if I don't
Yeah,
really look at builds, but like if I do, and there's a video that I can watch of like somebody who like actually puts in like editing and like whatever, like actually puts time and effort into their video, like I'm all for watching that over like you know just reading some
yeah,
shit. You know? Yeah,
yeah,
that's my 2 cents
yeah.
though.
Me too. I mean, I'm a very visual learner, but
Yeah.
there's just one of those things we'll have to experiment with. I think maybe
Mhm.
I'll poll some people too, and see how people feel about it.
Yeah, you might be surprised about what your response is because I know what you mean. Like I just did a build guide and it's a very rudimentary guide because I had just gotten to maps. I should have made more of a campaign guide if anything, probably because a lot of people
Hmm.
in hardcore struggle to even get through the campaign. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like people watch like usually my like average retention is pretty long because of the podcast. People are just listening to them or watching them or whatever.
Hmm.
So yeah, I know what you mean. But is that like the main concern that you're worried about? Is just like the retention? Because I'm sure people are clicking on it and like
I'll
on
be honest, the big thing is like I just don't like making them.
Oh, there
But
you
that
go.
feels like
There you go.
something
Yeah.
that, because when you're streaming, everyone wants to know, and people like come see your stream and you're doing cool stuff. They want to be like, "Oh, what build are you playing?" And it's like, "Oh, here's the video for it." But I feel like I could also just be like, "Here's the mobilytics for it," and then I can make stuff that I would rather be making. Which, like, I'm super super excited. I'm working on. I'm starting my currency farming stuff. So right now I'm doing expedition. So I'm just testing literally everything that could possibly be done with expedition,
Sick.
and Expedition seems like it's going to be really, really lucrative this league. But yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited to watch that. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, like I think what you said that resonated me with me the most is like I just don't like doing that anymore. And like I feel like,
Hmm.
we should be having fun with this content creation thing. We shouldn't feel like we're like trapped in this like pigeonhole of like I feel like I have to do this because people expect this from me, or maybe it's because it gets me engagement, or grows my channel faster. It's like, at the end of the day, like I'm playing video games to have fun, and like I'm making content because I enjoy the stuff I make. And like if that ever changes, like, you know, that's like a sign that like I need to reformat. And so if you're going through
Hmm.
that, like I think you should listen to that like inner voice, I guess. Like that's kind of telling you to
Yeah.
change it up.
Yeah, I like making builds. I like having people follow the builds and progress through the builds with me and like theory craft the builds with me. But copy and pasting from the written to video, because I'm also like, we've talked about this before. Like a super perfectionist
Hmm.
when it comes to like the editing and everything. And so like the other day I sat there and the entire day I didn't play the game. I just made the build guide.
Yeah.
And then while I'm making the build guide is when all the other guys figured out the combo point tech to one shot bosses. And now it's like, now the build guide is outdated. I just put it out. So it's like I just need to play the game more.
God damn it.
And
Yeah,
I think it would be better to do it the way I'm thinking. But we'll see.
for sure. No, I feel that, man. Like the video that I did for my dead eye, it took me like I want to say like 4 or 5 hours to do the whole video. Like it was very low effort.
Hmm.
And it's performing better than a video that I did that took me like 3 days of like hard editing. Like hard
Yeah.
editing. And it
Yeah.
was and it was pretty disheartening, man, honestly. Because I knew the timing of this the timing of videos just in general is like everything. Like
Hmm.
you could be dropping a banger, but if it's not the right time, like it will impact the result that you're looking for.
100%.
And so yeah, I think you just being aware of like the timing of everything is super key. Like, and you're pretty in tune with that, right? Like people want to see
Yeah, I
build
think
guides at the
so.
beginning of a fucking league. Like that's what people want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Would you
How do
ever
you feel
do
like the
like more
build variety?
evergreen stuff? Like stuff that kind of stands the test of time where you're like you could like watch that stuff like back like a couple years from now and it still could be like enjoyable?
Um, it's hard to do for PoE
It
because it
is.
changes so much.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, for me, I think the biggest hurdle for me that in my near future is making content for other games. Because like I love PoE, I'm always going to come back and play every single league of PoE. But there's always like a month or two in between the leagues where you just want to, you might be a little burnt out or you want to play something else so that way you're refreshed for the next league. And
Mm.
I think making content for other games is something that I've struggled with. That, but you can definitely. I feel like making stuff for other games can be. You have a lot more opportunity to make stuff that's evergreen.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting. Like I was talking to Schwingy about this, and I really look up to Schwingy's content. I glazed him probably too much on our podcast episode that we had together because I am a sucker for anybody who like goes above and beyond in the editing stuff.
Hmm.
Like I'm like I have that creator brain. I can see, the effort
Yeah.
and stuff. But
Hmm.
he has a full on like second channel where he's just like uploading videos for like other content, like other games, and he's got like a Doom video that got like 300K views, and like it was just
Oh
like
wow.
yeah, like so I feel like if you're keen on doing other content, like I think I would start up at a second channel and just see what sticks there. I don't know. Was that kind of your thought process? Or were you thinking like all under like the main like PoE channel.
It's tough, dude. It's tough to decide, right? Like, I'd like to
Mhm.
keep everything on the same channel if possible, um, and and just progress it that way. It's not
Mhm.
like I'm really that big of a channel yet. I mean, I like it feels so weird to say that. Like, not like a big content creator. I'm certainly. I mean, I don't know the percentage of people that get over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but like, I'm very happy and thankful for what I have achieved. But like, I don't know, in my head, I'm thinking like, this is something I'm enjoying so much. I want to do for such a long time that we've only just started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, so, and the only way I see it scaling to the moon is to play more games, right? Like, that can't be a crazy take. So,
Well, I think it's either that or doing stuff that ages well over time. Like I kind of stumbled into that with like my PoE 1 versus PoE 2 video where I was just like, "Oh, like someone could watch this like like 2 years from now and it still would probably be interesting and relevant because it's and that's the tough part is finding those concepts for
mhm.
videos that can age well over time, especially in the ARPG genre. And again, shout out to Schwingy. I feel like Schwingy has, something special with his like kind of challenge runs where it's like it doesn't matter what patch you're in or where the game is at. You can go to Schwingy's channel and watch him like beat the game with a fucking like Smith of Katava minion build using like some dumb shit. And it's gonna be
Yeah.
entertaining. Like it's gonna always be entertaining to watch that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Isn't that
Yeah.
so it's so refreshing too because
Yeah.
everything is so min-maxed. Everything is so
Yes.
like fast paced. Like just to see somebody having fun.
Hmm.
What?
Yes.
That's
And
crazy.
on top of that, the editing is just so on point too. It's like
Yeah.
it hits all the boxes for me and what kind of content I like to watch. Um So yeah, I
Yeah.
think like, obviously like there's a lot of options like out there. It's like you can play more games, you can make different types of videos, you can yeah, it's just like whatever kind of
Yeah.
you find the most enjoyment
It's
from.
exciting.
Yeah. Would you do MMO
Mhm.
content, you think? Or which type of game would you do? Or would it be more ARPG stuff or yeah.
Uh I don't really like any other ARPGs other than PoE 2. So
Yeah.
probably just something else. Um I don't know. I just whatever I'm passionate about playing, dude, because it's hard if you play a game and then you're done playing it like 2 weeks later, like you haven't had time to play it enough to like make a good piece of content. You know what I mean? Like um so
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
also like single player games too. Have you played Expedition 33?
No, I'm really bad at single player games. I'm really bad at
Mm,
like sticking with them. And I've been
yeah.
like, dude, I've been recommending people to play Expedition 33, having not even played it. I've watched Josh Strife Hayes play the whole thing on his channel, and I was like, this game is fucking amazing.
I
But
really like single player games when
yeah,
they're like half game, half movie.
yeah, yeah.
And that's what Expedition 33 was for me.
I need
It
to play
was
it. I need to play it
God.
really bad. It's just a matter of like taking time away from other games that I'm really enjoying, and I've always
Mhm.
struggled with, like, if I'm having so much fun playing this one game that's usually multiplayer in some capacity, like,
Mhm.
why should I stop doing that? And,
Yeah.
I've had multiple people tell me that I need to, like, hard reset and, like, just, like, play a single player game for, like, a week. But
There's a few of them out there that are dude, actually, Expedition 33 ruined single player games for me because now I compare everything to that game, and
Yeah.
nothing will ever touch what that game was like.
Yeah.
But no, I'm the same way. I can only play one game at a time. I'm
Mhm.
not a multi-game person. Like, I'm fully committed to one game at a time. I'll play that
Mhm.
game super hard for a couple months,
Mm.
and if it's a good game, and then until I'm ready to move on. I am that type of person though. I do game hop every few months probably, which
Yeah.
is why I love PoE 2 so much because you play it, take a little break, and then new and exciting stuff comes out. It's perfect.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's what a lot of people find comfort in with the ARPG genre in general is like the seasonal aspect. You play for a month or whatever as long as you want. For me, I've been playing it nonstop since it came out. I haven't I haven't stopped. I was playing
Yeah.
Dawn of the Hunt until like literally the last day of Dawn of the Hunt.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, like, it's cool that like you can kind of pick and choose like how much you want to go, how far you want to go with it, come back to it. And I know you kind of like skipped Dawn of the Hunt and just played a bunch of different games and like kind of got your fill. So yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I'd be
it's
excited to
so
watch
much
your
fun.
take or like how you sort of would format like a single player video. I just don't really know what that looks like.
Dude, that's freaking hard, man. That's got to be like the hardest thing to get into from zero.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're not doing some kind of guide, which, God, like, I've thought about it before, like, making guides for a single player game, like, that just seems so lame.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably how some people feel about PoE too, as well. Like, um, because people follow your guide and then they're like not like when you're playing a single player game, you're not in competition with anybody. Just experience the game blindly. You know what I mean? So I feel like the only way for me, because I have to be fully invested, like in my brain and heart into a video to like want. This is why I don't make guides anymore. To like want to make it, and so I feel like the only thing I could do for a single player game would be like something of the entertaining sort, and that is hard to get into, man. And that's like one of the most time consuming editing videos to make as well. But
Yeah.
challenges are fun as well. So that's what life's all about. Challenges and risk taking. So
Yeah, I
we'll
think
see.
like
We'll
if
see.
you if
Path of
you
Exile is, you know,
for
what I'm
sure.
playing for a long time right now. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that PoE 2 is for me and I think for you as well. We kind of already established that like we're probably going to be playing this game for like years to come. I think like as long as they
yeah,
like bearing any like massive controversial bad decisions on GGG's part like
yeah,
which I'm
yeah,
praying that that doesn't happen. Yeah, like I think that the game is going to be amazing and like the content and the amount of people that will be absorbing and like looking for content and like any shape like, dude, I'm still amazed that like people like my podcast. Like, it's like that was a thing that I started like from zero, and I get so many people that come into the stream or like comments on like the podcast and stuff like that. Like, they just like hearing people yapping about this game. Like,
hmm
it's just an awesome game, and so yeah, I think that like there are so many angles that you can approach to like cover games as well. But yeah, I think that the guide aspect, you gotta stay away from that because your heart already isn't in the guides for PoE 2 really right now. So
hmm
that would be like shooting yourself in the foot again if you're gonna switch to something
exactly.
else and then just start doing guides again. It's like, isn't
Yeah.
that like insanity a little bit?
Yeah, no, it is for sure. I think that yeah, I've definitely come to that conclusion. There's stuff I don't like these currency tests. They're like kind like how to farm the mechanic properly, but it's
Mhm.
also just like testing it, and like data collection and then like, you know, showing people what you've experienced over, the week that you farmed it. And feel like that was just it's just so much fun. The thing is you get to play the game while you make the video,
Yeah.
which is what I love.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
For sure. Instead of like, I guess with the single player game, it's very much like you play the game, you record everything, whatever, and then you just like make the video after, and you're like in Premiere or whatever software for like 2 weeks, just like cutting
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just a journey, man. Content creation is just a journey, and I think at the end of the day, like it's super important to have these discussions because a lot of people kind of fall into the same sort of loop and don't like um expand like their what they make, like their craft, their art form. Like they don't try different shit. They don't push themselves to like, grow. Like, I love Talkative Try. I'd love to see him do like a something that's not just like a news video, like something that maybe requires a bit more like gameplay and editing and stuff like that, like a longer format video. Like I feel like he used to do a lot of those types of things back in the day, and it'd be cool to kind of see that come back, and maybe that would push him into like a new direction or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I think that stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I
Yeah.
think probably my favorite Path of Exile content creator that that I would strive to be like, which is funny because they don't do any guides, they don't do anything, they just are them,
Mm.
and that's Quinn. Bro, Quinn has
Yeah.
mastered the art of
The
being
god
entertaining.
gamer. Yeah.
Like, I need to step up my entertainment level. I need to step up everything on my stream and like probably stream less so that when I am streaming, I'm more entertaining, more high energy.
Yes.
And dude, yeah, like I think
It's
that, I mean, that's peak. You know what I mean?
it's funny because like those guys like Quinn69 and a lot of other people of that caliber of streamer have been doing it for so long that like being entertaining like that is like an effortless thing now. Like it's just like I feel like it's like watching a master at work where they're saying the right stuff, they're reacting to the right
Mm-hmm.
things. Like it's I was watching some reactions that he was doing the other day. I was like, man, like yeah, everything about it is just like really it's great and it's good. I don't find myself watching a lot of bigger streamers these days. I like the community aspect on Twitch a lot more, and like I find that like
Mm-hmm.
when I'm in a smaller stream, like I get to actually interact with the streamer and have more of that like community thing going on. But when I'm watching like
Yeah.
Quinn or something, like it's just pure entertainment. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
like the shit that he's
Just like you're just
saying.
watching the TV or
Yeah,
something, bro. Like
exactly,
it's,
exactly.
yeah,
It's a different vibe for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. But it takes time, is what I'm saying. It takes a lot of fucking
yeah,
mastery to like be able to do that. Like the
100%.
chat is moving so fast that you can't even read what people are saying. Like you're literally just you're talking to yourself. You're not even like reading chat anymore,
Mm-hmm.
really. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 100%.
yeah, maybe just to close out a classic passive tree question. I'd love to ask you, Loopy, what are some things you could advise to any new content creators, YouTubers, streamers, or people thinking about getting started on their content creation journey?
Oh man, I would say like, okay, people, if this is something you're interested in doing, and by that I don't mean you want to make money playing video games. I mean you have fun. It's basically like, do you view yourself almost as an artist? Like, do you have fun making the YouTube videos if that's what you want to do? Like, you have fun doing the editing. If you're streaming, like, are you a personable person and do you have fun like being extroverted and like talking to people and hanging out with your community and stuff? Like, if it's something you want to do because it is fun, then do not listen to people who say that it is just luck. Like, it is not just luck. There's a way to do it, there's a way to build it up, and it's too lengthy of an answer to give it right now. But like, there's tons of stuff online you can find for like strategies on like thumbnail titles, how to make the YouTube algorithm work. You know, you need to start, don't start necessarily exclusively on Twitch. You need to get your following somewhere else and move it to Twitch. Um, and like, there's ways to do it. And like, if it's what you want to do because it's fun, then like, do it. Like, you can do it and just do it. Just do it. You know,
Someone slap a
like,
Nike logo on
like
this man's
seriously,
forehead.
you know what I mean? Like you can do it. And
For sure. No, for sure.
like, I've seen people do it. Like my buddy Aravind that really like helped me out the past year. Like a few years ago, like he wasn't doing content creation at all. And I feel like him and I talked about it and came to the conclusion that like he loves playing video games and like he should do it. And then he did it. And
That's
like
amazing.
now I'm doing it. And like there's
Yes.
tons of people doing it. Like Dead Rabbit is a phenomenal example. Like he just started last year sometime.
Mhm.
Like you can do it. So I don't know. I like just like just I don't know.
I love
I
it.
don't know that that's advice or not, but like, just don't talk yourself down. Don't talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, for sure. I think kind of what you said at the beginning, I also hold like so true to myself too, where it's like you have to be passionate about this stuff and you have to have fun doing it to basically um like take a proper stab at it, because if you're coming at it from a purely like
Mm.
financial side of things, I think people are going to see that. Like people are going to see that your heart isn't in it, or you're not having fun. And like at the end of the day, like that's why we're playing games. Like we're playing games because we like them. And I think that should
Yeah.
extend into like the content and the streaming and like the YouTube craft, as well as like those things should all just be like things that you have fun doing. Like, and if you're not having fun doing them, like either maybe it's because you're not. I think a lot of people struggle with the fun aspect because they think they're not great at it or something. You know what I mean? And it does
Well,
take
it's not
time.
easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Like you're not just playing games.
Hmm.
Like you are just playing games for part of the time, but you're also like the editing and stuff. Like if you don't have fun editing, bro, you're gonna feel like you're just going to your 9 to 5 when you go to edit. You know what I mean? That's how I felt the other day when I was making the build video.
Yeah.
Like and at that point you may as well just like go work a 9 to 5, like if you're
Hmm.
trying to get out of the loop of modern whatever and you want to like do something you love, well, it's not just playing video games, it's a whole bunch of other stuff too. If you watch people like Quinn, then yeah, it looks like he's just playing video games probably, but um
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's so much
For
that
sure.
goes into it other
Yeah.
than just playing games. You have to love doing the other stuff, or it's just going to be monotonous. So, yeah,
Yeah. And
and
it's just
yeah,
it's tangible skills that you actually can get better at and that are like
mhm.
important. Like if you can actually edit a video with like nice editing, like that is a good like skill to have in this day and age. Like in an
Yeah, it's a
age where like
marketable skill,
yeah, in an age
100%.
where like it's where we live in like a media age where like everyone's just consuming media and content all the time. Like this stuff actually is important to learn. And it can carry you
Hmm.
far too. The one thing that I love about like content creation that kind of relates to my own work is like it's very entrepreneurial, where you get out what you put in. Like if you spend the time to
Hmm.
learn the craft and learn what you're working on and how to improve, like I think it suits people who have that mindset, like who like want to improve and learn and like get better at over time. Like it really tickles the brain in that way, which is nice. I don't know if you kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like, you know, you can spend, I mean, it kind of depends on your channel size, I guess, but like when you're starting,
Hmm.
you get what you put in. Are you going to spend 30 minutes yapping at your camera about your build, or are you going to spend like 4 hours or longer, like really putting together something nice?
Hmm.
And then, like, how long are you spending making your thumbnail? Did you put a whole lot of thought into your title? Like these kind of things, Um,
For
the
sure.
more effort you put into everything, and then you combine it together, you're going to get more out of it. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's like playing it's
100%.
just another game. It's like another it's to tie
It's
it
kind
up.
of,
It's another game.
uh,
Like you have to just min
yeah.
max kind of. Like look at
Yeah.
the way
You need
not
more defensive players, man.
yeah, you need more defensive layers, dude. No, not in like a sweaty way, but like more so of like a at the you every person starts at like level 1, and like you can't expect
Yeah.
to go from level 1 to level 100 super quickly. Some
100%.
people get up the journey quicker than others. And I think we
Mhm.
live in a time where it's really hard to not compare yourself to other people's journeys when they're just so like visible to you all the time. Like you're seeing their journey in terms of like metrics. Like subscriber counts, followers, likes, all that stuff is just available. And it's hard not to look at
Yeah.
that and be like, but yeah, man, it's just like that would be,
Comparison
yeah,
comparison is the thief of joy.
for sure. For sure. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming on today. This has been an awesome chat, man. I've been looking forward to this all day. So thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
through.
for sure, man. I agree 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been fun.
Yeah. Do you want to just plug yourself? I know everyone who probably is watching this on stream knows who you are, but for the viewers on the YouTube channel, maybe just let us know where we can find you and what you are going to be working on in the next little while, even though I know you kind of went into that a bit before, but
Yeah, a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on YouTube and on Twitch, it's Loopy, LUPI 2067. And yeah, we're starting the currency farming stuff now. So if you're in the end game and you're hitting a wall where like you need to buy stuff, but you don't have currency to buy it, and you're on Trade League like your boy, then you know, there's going to be a bunch of different stuff coming out. First one we're doing is Expedition, and it normally takes me about a week to put each one together. So because I what I do is I farm somewhere between 100 and 200 maps of whatever mechanic it is, collect a whole bunch of different kinds of data, put it all together, and then boom, there's the video. So yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, that sounds awesome. Guys, as always, I will leave a link to Loopy's YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff in the video description. So if you want to get your currency up, you know where to go. Go check his stuff out. He's got awesome stuff and very trustworthy build guides. You want to find somebody you can trust, and Loopy is definitely one of those people. Thank
Hell
you so
yeah.
much, brother. I appreciate you. You're
Yeah, man.
awesome. And we'll see you guys in the
See
next
ya.
one. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
All right, everybody, that wraps it up for this episode of the Passive Tree Podcast. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe for more PoE2 content. I have a bunch more episodes of the podcast lined up with some really great guests, so keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're interested in supporting the podcast and the channel, consider supporting through Patreon. There's a link in the video description. A special shout out to Kevin F. for supporting this channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. And until next time, happy blasting, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.